Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of Community College Week. We are so excited to have y'all joining us today, both in our meeting and watching us on Facebook. We do ask that you keep your mics on mute just so that there's no feedback during the presentation. If y'all have any questions throughout the presentation, please post them in the chat. If you're following us on Facebook, please throw them in the comments section. And I'm going to hand it over. Today's topic is our college and career success skills course. And I'm going to hand it over to Ms. G for our presentation.
Hello guys, how are y'all doing? Excited about college? Lots of questions, I'm sure. Lots of thoughts. On the shared screen, as you can see, I have some things that we can talk about. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So what is CCSS? College and Career Success Skills. This is a class that will help you answer a lot of questions. One main question that's not even on the screen is, how many of you are graduating from high school, have graduated from high school, and you are so nervous about entering the college environment without knowing anybody or having any resources? I'm sure the answer is yes. That's where we come in with CCSS. Okay, so on the first bullet, you can see it says, what will the college expect of me in terms of my skills, my habits, my behaviors, and how can you develop them to ensure that you're successful? Okay, success is a big word, and we want to ensure that you are successful. We want to ensure that you have the skills that you need. We want to make sure you have the study habits. We want to make sure that you have the time management skills. Learning how to manage your time is very important. What study behaviors can we help you with? The next bullet says, what do I need to know about navigating the process of completing your college degree? So in CCSS, we talk about your career and researching your career, which is one of the assignments in the class. And students are able to look at their careers and see exactly what is expected of them and what they'll be doing in their future. So you'll have the book knowledge, and then you'll have your research knowledge. And even if you don't know what you want to do as your career, it's okay, because in the class, we will talk about that as well. How can I ensure that I develop worthy long-term goals, and how best can I meet those goals? Goal setting is major. It's a big item on your list. Okay, we have short-term goals in life. We have long-term goals. One of your long-term goals will be to complete your degree in whatever field you choose. We are here to help you in CCSS. We are here to guide you. We are here to teach you. We are here to help you understand what you need from your college experience. We want to make sure that you have all the necessary tools that you need to be successful in college and once you enter the workforce with your career. It also says on the screen, it gives a course description, and it says that it's a learning-centered course that provides instruction and academic skills, self-improvement, critical thinking, educational planning, academic requirements and expectations, institutional policies and procedures, meaning Delgado, and the use of academic resources and digital literacy. So all of those things are items that we teach in CCSS. So you won't have to walk through the doors of the college or the classroom feeling fearful. We don't want you to feel fearful. We want you to have a strong sense of who you are. And if that doesn't happen on day one, I promise you by the end of the semester, you will end the semester knowing who you are. As you can see, one of the images at the top, it says college just ahead and how to know yourself. And knowing yourself throughout this process is what we aim as well in CCSS. So with all of those um, tasks in mind and our goals for you, to provide the best instruction that we can for you is what we aim to do. And you have so much that I'm sure you want to do. And again, it's all in how you plan, how you time, focusing, studying, how to study, not to panic when you're studying. We talk about stress. We talk about, what you did in high school versus what you're going to be doing as a college student. We talk about critical thinking. We talk about the resources on campus. We help you um, learn the resources. We show you the resources. We are there for you in every aspect of the way as far as entering college and knowing how to be successful in CCSS and your other classes as well. Because once you complete CCSS, you will go on and you will still have your other classes to perfect. And we want to help you to do that. So, any questions? Questions. I don't want to just speak the whole time because I can just go on and on and on. But does anybody have any questions about the course? Anybody have any fears?
Y'all can either type your questions in or you can unmute yourself too and
Yeah,
ask your questions verbally.
sure.
Ms.
What do
G,
you?
what's one of your favorite lessons from CCSS?
I guess one of my favorites is probably um, when students, when we talk about goal setting and students know their goals, they'll think about their goals and they'll write their goals down. And by the end of the semester, when they have reached at least one of their goals and they are so happy with themselves, and it could be making a good grade out of CCSS. It could be making a good grade out of one of their other classes. It could be, studying every day from 2 to 4, depending on school schedule or work schedule. Just seeing students be successful and being happy with themselves at the end of the semester is amazing. It's really amazing. And that when we talk about time management, we ask that students purchase a planner, like a real planner, like not on their phones, not but a real planner where they can write down and they're like, oh, Miss G, I no, I don't need that. I can just use my phone. And my response is, okay, so what if your phone falls in the water on your way to class and you don't know if we're meeting in a different spot, you don't know where we're going that day. But if you had it in your planner, written down in your planner, you could just pull that out your backpack. So many students after the semester's over, or once the semester's ending, they're like, I am so happy I started using a planner. I'll see students on the stairwells, going to classes and going to different buildings. Miss G, I'm still using my planner. And I had them like 3 semesters ago, and I'm like, yay, it works. It does work, So those are just a couple of things that, do help students. Questions? Come on, guys. What are y'all expecting? What are y'all expecting once you come to Delgado? What are you expecting? What are you expecting? Is anybody on camera? Can I see anybody?
Dude, we've got 5 or 6 people here in the meeting with us. No one has their camera on
Nobody
currently.
wants to have their camera on? Okay, so if you don't want your camera on, can you unmute so we can just have a little conversation?
I mean, we've had through that quite
Hi.
a bit,
Hi,
but
Raina.
there have been a lot of cases.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I
Good.
don't think that that's going to be our problem.
So
In which case, then
are
you're
you
there.
are you in
and you
high
can ask
school?
the questions
Yes, I
and
am. I'm a
so that
senior.
everything is
Okay, you're a senior. Great. Okay, so tell me a little bit. What are you interested in? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a musician.
Oh, nice. We have a great music department. Great music department.
That's what I
Okay.
heard from my aunt. Yeah, she lives. My
Yes.
aunt lives down there. So
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So,
well, that's what I'm here for.
CCSS
So
would be one of the
please do
classes
bombard me.
that
Don't
you would
think
have to
it's
take
like just
in
wondering.
your first
That's like the
semester.
worst thing for me. No, I'm
Um,
happy to go over
what-
every quick. There's no question
What are
that
you
like even if you
expecting?
think like, oh,
What
I'm
are
not
you
gonna ask this
thinking,
because it's
you
just being
know,
silly.
about the class?
Just ask.
I'm looking forward
Because
to it. Actually, I could
you know,
always use new
we
ideas
have
on
to
how to do
remember
better because I
that
do struggle a little bit.
don't
So
know what folks
Uh-huh.
really know or
Okay.
don't know. I try
Okay.
to give as much
What
information as possible. Giving you
I'm
so
sorry,
much information,
the
and at the
background
same
is
time,
there.
a lot of times there's not enough
Are you in class,
information,
Raina?
right? So
no, I'm not in
We're-
class. That's my
we're just
mother. I'll move.
Oh, okay.
yeah, but if you have more questions, then you can
Okay.
ask.
So nevertheless, yeah, looking forward, to you being in CCSS and, joining the crew. And the class is really beneficial for all students. We're here for you. We're here to, answer your questions. We're, again, like I said, we're not just there to teach you, we're to help you, be successful and learn, so many different techniques and things that you can do in order to continue to be successful, even when you're not in CCSS. Once you've passed the class, once you've made that A and you've passed the class, you know, that's what we want for you, Raina. So have you thought about with music, have you spoken to an advisor?
I'm gonna do that on Friday because that's when she said she has office hours open.
Mhm. Good, because that's something that we do as well. We, that's one of the resources. The advisors are one of our resources, of course, on campus. And, like the advisors, we have the writing lab, we have the math lab, we have the computer lab, we have a library, we have so many different resources for you guys. And that's something that we do throughout the course, is linking you up and encouraging you to visit and know who your advisors are and go to those different labs and get the help you need, because even though you think you know it all, none of us know it all. We learn something new every day. So thank you, Raina. Any other questions? Anybody else? Nobody else?
Hi, my name is Angie.
Angie. Hi, Angie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So are you a high school senior as well?
No, I'm a freshman in college.
Okay. Okay. So thinking about coming on over to
Yeah,
DC?
I mean, I'm taking virtual classes right now, but for like the next semester,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have in-person learning.
Okay. Okay. And so is CCSS a course that you're interested in?
I'm taking it.
Oh, you're taking it right now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, great. Well, you're a great resource then. You can tell the other students that are on this call what you've been learning.
Well, we've been learning strategies when
Mm-hmm.
to go into college, like taking exams, how to study, how to use your time,
Mm-hmm.
and what you might expect in college, what are gonna be like maybe some problems that you're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that's what I like about that because there were some things that I didn't know about college,
Mm-hmm.
and now I know them.
Right. So you went in and you didn't know. And so were you a little nervous about that, Angie?
Yeah, I was.
So how do you feel about it now that, it's mid-semester? Are you feeling more comfortable?
Yeah, I feel good because I'm learning more,
Oh,
and
definitely.
I'm getting more ready for my other courses. So yeah.
Exactly, exactly. But you see the difference, guys. Angie started, she's already in CCSS, but when she first started, she had a lot of questions and she was a little nervous, which is normal. Okay, because when you're coming from high school into the college setting, that, it's different. But she started taking her class and she's been learning a lot, with her instructor. And now we've reached over the mid semester mark, halfway mark. And you just heard her say that she feels more comfortable. She's not 100%, but none of us are. It takes, you can't take a course in college to teach you how to be the best in college in one semester and just automatically be the best. It's something you have to work on every day. And it's something that you continue to learn each and every day when you're in CCSS. And then even when you are completed with the course and you go on to your other courses, you still do those things and those strategies and the different learning methods that you've been taught in the course, and you take those with you along the way, and you're going to take that with you through each course, to the next course, to the next course, to the next course, and you're going to take it all the way with you until you cross the stage and it's time to graduate. Okay. And then once you graduate, and if you decide to go to a 4-year college, transfer to a 4-year college, you're going to take it to your 4-year college. Or if you decide, that you graduate in one of our majors that you can go straight into the workforce, you're going to take it into the workforce with you, into the workplace. You're going to integrate all of these skills from the classroom into the workplace and into your career, because these are all, like team building, group work, all of those things are, very important in all aspects of life, not just in the classroom, but in life, period. So I like to call CCSS also a life class. It's a class about life because you're learning so many different things um, about yourself, about the college, um, and things you need to do to be successful in life, period. So thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. That was great. I'm glad you're enjoying your class. All right. Any other questions, comments?
Yes, Ms. Morel, thank you for holding this seminar. I'm Mr. Thomas. I work at McDonough 35 Senior High School. I'm the Quest for Success teacher here. So I do
Oh,
have my ninth grade
okay.
class joining in on this call.
Okay,
What
great.
we
Nice
would
to
like
meet
to
you.
know is, thank you for having us. What we would like to know is, you're doing college and career success skills. If you can
Mhm.
have the top 5, what are the top 5 things that students are coming from high school are unprepared to do when they get to college?
Um, I think the number one thing is they underestimate that the amount of work um, that is expected. And I always tell my students that this is no longer high school, this is college, and it's a stark reality for the students. And they're like, Miss G, and I'm like, this is not high school. You have to come prepared. Yes, bring notebooks, pens, pencils. Some students walk in with nothing. Miss G, where's my book? Where's my book underneath my desk? I'm like, this is not high school. So I think that one thing is that the reality of college is college, and that I would want, and all of our success teachers want them to be prepared, of course, as you do. What else? What else are they expecting, or do they not? Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
So just what else do they have trouble with adjusting coming from high school? Like you said, used to having their textbooks underneath their desk. They know they have to go and purchase their, well, they don't know now, but they will have to go and purchase their books to make sure that they keep their books with them each Tuesday and Thursday, depending on what the class schedule is, so on and so forth. So my question was just the adjustment period from students leaving high school to college, and you're doing a good job of giving them some examples already.
Yeah, and with their schedules, not understanding, like, of course, where their classes are, but there's always people all, across campus to help them with that. A big thing is the time management aspect, managing their time, learning to manage their time effectively, so I have my students, work in their planners, and I have them, write down, when are you in class? What are you doing when you get out of class? Or, some students have jobs, some students have to possibly take care of, siblings or other people in their family. So they may have things that they need to do, but it's important just to be able to write down and plan what's necessary. I have them write down when all of their tests are, all of their assignments, not just in CCSS, but for all of their other classes. That's a biggie. And just use their planner on a daily basis, just so they can have something to refer to, so that they can understand what is needed. Something else that they might not be ready for is understanding all of the campus resources. And I know I talked a little bit about that with Angie, but we do have campus resources, and we do want you to use your resources, because a lot of students will come up and, oh, Ms. G, I didn't do well on my English paper. I didn't, and so my first question is, have you been to the English lab? Have you been to the writing lab? And they're like, no. And I'm like, we talked about that. Go to the writing lab. They're there for you. The tutors are there for you. Miss G, I did all my math homework, and I still don't understand. Are you going to the math lab? Go to the math lab. Miss G, I have to do a PowerPoint for my class and I don't understand how to do it. Go to the computer lab. We have a computer lab. We have a library. We have so many resources. And that's what the thing is. Students want to come onto campus, and they seem to want to go to class and then immediately leave when it's time to go. When classes are over, they're like, shoo, there's no time spent on campus going to the writing lab or going to the math lab or to the science lab or to the computer lab or going to the library, which is a wonderful place to study. Our building is just huge, our new library, it's beautiful. It's so calm and serene, and the librarians are there to help, and students just want to, I gotta go. Miss G, if it's a 1 o'clock class, it's 1:45, it's almost time to go. I said, but it's not 1:50. And you're like, Miss G, it's 1:59. I'm sorry, 1:49. And I'm like, but it's not 1:50. We have a minute left, okay? And so I find that they just want to zoom off of campus, because it's just, they don't want to be around. They don't want to hang around. They, if you have a job, that's different, okay? Or if you have other responsibilities, but a lot of students don't. But usually by the time mid-semester comes, they understand that I can't just come to school and leave campus. I need to spend some time in those other resource labs in order to help me get the grade I want and to be successful in my classes, including CCSS. So those are some of the key things that I see with my students. I don't know if I've given you 5. I don't know if you were counting.
Yes, ma'am, you did a great job answering that question. I think the students will be better for it. Thank you, Ms. Morrell, or Ms. G, as the students call you.
That's what they call me. Thank you. No problem.
I would probably add one more thing to that. What I tell my
Okay.
students is, find your people in different departments at your college that you got to advocate for yourself. We can only do so much, and if we only know so much. So for students coming into college, you really have to advocate. You're paying for it. These are your classes. You're choosing to take this degree and invest in your future. So really advocating for yourself, have at least 3 people. Like I know Ms. G probably tells her students this. I tell mine, like, I'll be one of those people. And if you're looking for anything, if you need information on anything, you're unsure about anything, have at least 3 people you can go to who are gonna walk you through it, or find an answer for you, or help you find the answer, or direct you to the right place, or one of those things. And you can have those people throughout your whole time at the institution, and it definitely helps.
Right. I totally agree, Nikki. Like Miss Nikki just said, I tell my students all the time, I can meet you halfway, but I cannot do it all for you. I can meet you halfway, but you have to meet me the other half. You have to meet me the other half. Okay. I cannot do this for you. I can help you. I can assist you. I can teach you. I can do anything I will do anything in my power, but I cannot do it for you. And Miss Nikki brought up the word advocating for yourselves. Yes, big part of what I do with my students is to teach them to learn to advocate for themselves, because we will not always be here for you. We will not. Okay. So where you have us, in the class for that semester, yes, utilize us, because that's why we're there. But the other thing is, once you move on to your next classes, from semester to semester, and again, remember, at some point, the end goal is to graduate, right? And so when you graduate and you go to that 4-year college because you want to further your education, or you go into the workplace, you still have to advocate for yourself in that 4-year college or in your career. And guess what? Those same skills that you learned in CCSS and in your other classes along the way, you will have to do that while you're in the workplace. And advocacy, fending for yourself, learning for yourself, knowing who you are, okay, and knowing what you can do, which brings up something else, Mr. Kirk, Mr. Thomas. I just thought about this when, Miss Nikki triggered this in my mind. Students tend to want to take a lot of classes at the very beginning, and because we have great advising, it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes students overestimate what they can do. While that is a positive thing, it can also be a negative. Okay, so you want to, we call it the bulldozer approach, when you actually bulldoze yourself, like you take so many classes and it's just too much. So I tell my students that you know who you are, okay? And on my little graphic at the top on the shared screen, it says how to know yourself. And one of those things is in the mirror, knowing yourself, and which, you learn more about yourself, of course, in CCSS, but it's about how much can you handle. So you may start your first semester having 4 classes, and a student may find that that's really just overwhelming. Okay, those 12 hours or however many credit hours the course may be. So they may register for the next semester once they meet with their advisors. And I tell them, you know yourself the best. If you know that 4 classes this semester was too much, then you need to share with your advisor that next semester you would only like to take 3 classes. Okay, because you can handle 3 classes successfully. You can go to class, you can do your work, you can, if you have, a job responsibility or family responsibilities, study time, that you can complete those courses successfully instead of struggling, because that's what we don't want you to do. We don't want you to struggle throughout your time in college, and that's knowing who you are. And that's something that I can't tell my students, how many courses to take each semester. That's something that each and every one of them have to make that decision. And there's some students that can take, 15 hours a semester. That's 5 courses. And that's great. But some students can take 4, some can take 3, some may only be able to take 2. It really just depends on who you are as a person and what you have going on. And that's just, a lot of the thinking that we do, while we're in classes and learning more about, yourselves. So I just wanted to add that in. Anything else?
Awesome. Well, we are getting close to our time for today. So I hope everyone got their questions. Great, awesome questions. Thank you so much for engaging with us today and coming to this presentation. We do have a couple more presentations left today for Community College Week. The next one is at 2 o'clock. That is for some of our business and technology programs like architecture, CAD, engineering. We also have our writing center which Ms. G mentioned. So we do have a rep from the writing center that's going to do a quick presentation to tell you all about what our writing center has to offer at 3. And then tomorrow we have at 2 p.m. our biotech and chemtech programs are going to be doing some blood splatter and fingerprint analysis demos. So that'll be really cool. Y'all can still register for those. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can tune back in on Facebook to watch us here. And I appreciate your time. And Ms. G, thank you so much for presenting today. Really appreciate it.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
Bye, guys. Hope to see you soon.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Thank you.